When are you going to do a series on Allah's names? This has been the question that I've been asked ever since we started doing the Ramadan series. And if you followed along our Ramadan series over the years, you'll notice that we've taken every article of faith and we've given a richer and more practical dimension to it. So for example, when we started talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the series was Allah loves. What does He love to see from you? And then we did angels in your presence and you meeting Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And of course, Quran 30 for 30 and Day of Judgment, the deeds that light the way for you. And then Jannah, how you get there and what you can expect to experience for the very specific things that you do. And then we had the webinar on Hellfire. And then why me for Qadr and Qada. And then we did the Barzakh, the other side, as we've entered into this deeply painful moment of the genocide in Gaza. So when I did Allah Loves years ago, I remember thinking, should I do Allah's names or should I do Allah Loves? And I thought there's no way to be able to summarize the names of Allah in a Ramadan series. And I still believe that today. But here's what we did much differently. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, there are multiple works on the names of Allah. And all of those works, whether they're classical or contemporary, contain so much richness of how to connect to those names. So whether you're talking about entire collections, like the one from Imam al-Ghazali rahimahullah, or Imam al-Suyuti rahimahullah, or just picking up from the tafsir of Imam al-Tabari rahimahullah, who spoke beautifully about the names of Allah when he comes across the ayat in which they are mentioned, or Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah ta'ala, who is cited heavily throughout the series. The reflections are so deep and plentiful. And even in the contemporary sense, there are multiple books and series in English, and they are all lovely and impactful and profound. And inshallah ta'ala, you can benefit from them bi'idhnillah. But what do we do different in this series? There's this thought that the names of Allah are so distant. And every name you come across, it's like Allah is so awesome and I am nothing. And it can almost feel redundant. But the Prophet ﷺ taught about the amazing unseen God and His unseen names and attributes through the very seen and experienced situations around you. So the woman that picks up her child after a battle, He uses that scene ﷺ to teach about Allah's mercy. So what better way to connect to the unseen awesome God except through the seen signs that He put all around you? And Allah Azza wa Jal tells us, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. If you want richness in your supplication, you call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with these names. But there's something else that I want you to note with these names. Number one, there are incredibly different circumstances around the world that everybody has. A person in Gaza or Sudan connects to these names very differently than you do, but it's the same names that universally transcend. And this series, bidhnillahi ta'ala, we're actually going to have those dimensions of the current time matched to our circumstances so that we can see the universality of Allah's names and how applicable they are to every single situation. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to take names that sound extremely similar and we're going to focus on the subtleties of the differences. And through that, we'll extract multiple practical applications bidhnillahi ta'ala for us. This is going to be a roadmap of Allah's names, the doors that take us to that single reality. And the beauty of Islam is that the simplicity of Tawheed is not compromised by these plentiful names. There's no one who thought that Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Ar-Ra'uf, and so on mean different gods. They all unlock this beautiful, unambiguous, profound reality of Allah Himself. And if you think about how beautiful that is, that people don't even know what or who God is. In Islam, we know exactly who He is, and He is one, but with all of these clear names and with direct access to Him. I can guarantee you, inshallah ta'ala, that by the end of the series, you're going to come out transformed, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, you and everyone else that you know, if you pay attention. And the goal is to actually provoke a deeper study of Allah's names. Usually in the past, when I do a Ramadan series, I have to extrapolate. I take a topic and I take something very specific about that topic and extrapolate. This is the first time that a topic is so vast that I have to condense and condense and condense. And so I promise you that we try to do as much as we could with the limited time that we have. But the goal is not for you to learn everything about Allah's names here, but to learn enough to deeply connect to Him bi'idhnillahi ta'ala and to call out to Him and to make you want to study more and experience more and learn more and worship more. I truly look forward to this journey with you bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And I ask you to make dua for all of us, because this was not a small effort. It took multiple people to put this together. And the story playing out in the background is not one that you'll be able to take your eyes off of. This is a deep story that inshallah ta'ala will come together, as we hope to all come together when we learn these perfect names and attributes. Jazakumullahu khairan, and an early Ramadan Mubarak. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.